hopefully all you can see me. This should be working. Alright. Okay, 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 okay. Shit. Why is this not? Here you go. Cool. Should go on the shot. Does it do it? Alright. Okay. And we're live. So, yesterday I made this fellow right here. See, just double check that all of you can hear me. Give me a second. I'm gonna check something real quick first. Let's see. Can I hear this? Huh. There's something going on here. No. What? No way. Anyhow. Hello. How's it going? I'm wondering if this music is going through the Facebook live stream, because I've gotten like some monetization notice or something, and I think it's those companies that like have this. They claim copyright about over a bunch of music that probably doesn't even. Uh, oh, cool. Doesn't even relate to them, but they still claim it. So you're supposed to share revenue with them. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. So I might just cut the music. I'll see tomorrow how that worked out. It sucks because I like having something in the background playing. Uh, Maybe what I'll do is have a separate headset so you cannot hear it, but I can. Uh, Now that I think of it, it might be a good idea. Let's see. I haven't posted my reel for today, but probably do it tomorrow. Uh, it's been as I mentioned, it's been a rough time lately. That's good for me. Yeah, that's the way I had it set up. But for whatever reason, it started to act up in regards to I was able to separate the music from, like, I had music in a few streams and no music in other streams. But on Monday, when I logged into my computer to to go live, it just doesn't, like, it's still, like, had to set up the mic from a different connection, you could say. Like, I had to reset it up, and you can still see the what I had there before, just not displaying any information. So something went down with it, and I don't know how to go about it, fixing that. But yeah, not fun. It's not fun. Not fun. I have a question for myself, because they're both public. Okay, that's cool. Well, hopefully it does show up. I don't know. So I haven't done a hippo for this sketchbook. I did a hippo before, way back when, but it wasn't. I made like a whole sketchbook. Let me check. Yeah, it's a nice picture. This is from Bob Brewer from Unsplash, if you want to check it out. That's the photographer. So shout out to him for taking this amazing picture. I'm guessing he had like a really long lens, because these things are dangerous. They're really dangerous. As far as I know, they're the most dangerous creature in Africa. They kill, they off more humans than any other megafauna in Africa, and that's your nerd data. Hello, Nicola. How are you? What? Oh, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea how that works. I'm so new for this. I'm muted? Am I? Let me check that. Let me check that out. That's a. This is no bueno. Which tells me that probably is the same for this one. Probably is the same for. No, this one's working fine. It says Twitch. And let's see. Is this one working? Is this? Yeah, this one's working. So it's just Twitch. Hmm. Well, the chat thing, I don't know how it works, but for yeah, if you're wondering, for Kick and Twitch, there's usually a lot of like bots, so you have to be, like, I have to be mindful of that, and like people or those bots start to like send random messages onto the chat. So maybe there's something in the settings. Oh, okay. Uh, don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm new to this. Yeah, I've been creating videos for a really long time, but yeah, exactly. Let me check something here for it was you mentioned it was Twitch. That's weird. Oh. There you go. That's it. Okay. Audio input. Let's see. In theory, so as a streamer, you can put on donations so people can donate to you. Maybe, but I don't think I have that uh, possibility now. I'm quite sure I can't. Let me check something here real quick. Is this? Come on, man. How about now? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't think I have that possibility, and for whatever reason it's not working still the music thing. I'll add all of them. We'll see how this freaking thing. Just add that too. Just add another one until one of them freaking works. This is so disturbing. No, I'm just trying to. It's not related to anything about donations. I'm trying to fix something with the audio on one of the streams. Two. That must be. Is it possible? Does it play? It doesn't do anything. Huh. That's weird. So probably I've been streaming for a week, or at least like a few days without freaking. Oh my god. How about this one? No, nothing. What website? Uh, it's Ronald and RonaldSegovia.com. I'm great at this. I'm as you can as you can tell, I'm great at this stuff. Uh, yeah, RonaldSegovia.com. That's it. I have my deck of cards and some like backgrounds for the phone and so on and so forth. Uh, uh, there you go. If you wanna check it out. Anyhow, for whatever reason, the sound is not working for that, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Properties. Yeah. Could it be the settings there? I'm just gonna try to go for this. I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to try. And maybe uh, no, no. Yeah. How fun is this? Still nothing. Well, I guess I'll change it back. Oh. Hmm. Yeah. Sorry. I think there was something messed up there. Thank you. Appreciate it. I do the best I can. Alright. So, I guess I'll just draw. That freaking thing is not gonna be fixed by magic. So, maybe what is going on is here. This is the thing that's probably. So, I have to change it here. This is a key one. Yeah, no worries. Just check it out here. Think about now. It's all over the data. Oh, that of course. That makes total sense. And let's check this one out. Okay, how about you? Advanced audio properties. Okay, that checks out. Maybe, just maybe. No, nothing, nada. I might just forget about that. Yeah. Sorry, Stephanie. Apologies for this. This is how this goes. At least for me. Okay, let's go. So I've mentioned before that usually what I do is focus on framing the drawing first. That's what I'm going to do now. That was too exaggerated for to begin with. Um, well, we'll see if I can get it back. So this would be like the top of the head, and let's go for, come on, oh my hand. This is not fun. Having issues with your hand. We're all limited by our biology. And should get to like here, I think. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but I saw it recently, and it's one of those things that you cannot unsee. Uh, Somebody found, like, when there weren't really good records of dinosaurs, somebody found a bunch of, I think this is the right story, found a bunch of hippo uh, bones, and if you look up the creature that they drew, or they thought it was, uh, you, it's it's completely absurd. So that has made it so that now they're thinking that animals during prehistoric times were really chunkier than they thought. So yeah, I was watching a video about that the other day. But they showed that example, and I've seen it before. Like, they call it shrink wrapping. That word, shrink wrapping. So that you like exaggerate the, like, you don't take into account that that creature probably has fatty tissue and a bunch of other stuff. So you end up making this weird monster. It's a completely different animal. I should frame it better, but I think it's like there, and this. I don't want to risk, but yeah, this whole thing is. So that's the side. You can have sort of this giant, like, talk about a huge mouth. Like, I've seen a bunch of videos of them eating like watermelon. They just eat it like it's a Tic Tac. Your chat is broken. It doesn't. I don't know. I'm telling you. Um, the level of frustration I have to deal with on a regular basis around technology. Like, yeah, The whole idea, I was talking about this the other day, the whole idea about technology taking over, like Skynet, maybe, maybe what it might be able to do is like glitch, and which is also super dangerous. That actually is really dangerous. There is a failure. I don't know if you know about this, but there's a failure in computers that there are basically the sun can emit particles, or uh, basically big uh, stars can emit particles that if they enough of them get into the atmosphere and it hits at the right time, it can actually change numbers within computers. So basically, a zero for a one, or vice versa. And there was this a few registered instances where this actually happened, and all hell break loose, because if that happens with a critical uh, computer, well, you're in the worst position possible. So yeah, I don't think my point is that I don't think they'll be able to. But what could happen is that, like, this is getting into um, conspiracy theory, or like tinfoil hat things, but critical or maybe prepper type stuff. Critical infrastructure is really important for all countries. Uh, yeah, like electricity, it's really important. Water, it's really important. So you can have redundancies around those systems, but I think it's critical that people oversee those things, and you have like set up enough protections around it, so you verify that everything is going well. So basically, you can have machines that automate a bunch of stuff, which they've been doing that for many years, but way more off the grid sort of thing, like more analog in certain terms. So there's certain things that if you go, have you read or seen I Have No Mouth I Must Scream? Uh, I don't think I have. Yeah, exactly. Like, so my point is, critical infrastructure should not like should if we decide as a society to leave that sort of things to machines, that they have no feelings, probably not even uh, actual consciousness. Like, we're going in a path that it's really dangerous. If you have a really advanced machine, but you still are in the, like, if you're still driving, that should be fine. but I wouldn't like the grid. I wouldn't put it to a computer. Oh, imagine that! Isn't that creepy? Oh my god, that sounds horrible. That sounds super horrible. Um, yeah, that freaks me out a little bit. Like, there's all this CEOs pushing for, oh, that's AI, AI. Like, dude, you have to really think about what you're pushing. Oh yeah, there's a um, random recommendation I can give you if you haven't seen it. Probably you have. Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. There's a an episode where, if I recall correctly, there's an AI that controls whole society. In one of the episodes, so it's really funny because it like basically it they were like, I think it was like they were freaking out at first. It was taking over, but they made it kind of silly that it's so smart that, like, you don't have to worry. It's everything's okay, and I believe everything was okay, but it was like giving people flan. I think that was the thing, to control them or to make them chill, or like not freak out. I don't know. It was really funny. Their take. They have a bunch of ideas about that. Yeah, exactly. Ultron. It's a really old one that it's oriented towards the same thing. Like, we have so many stories about that. Like, why with, like, if we can imagine stuff, we can probably make it happen with technology. And what I'm talking about, the glitches, is that, yeah, if unless we can make it so that technology is like unaffected, and if you have technology that cannot be affected by, let's say, EMP, like an electromagnetic pulse, for example, would you want a critical system to be managed by said technology that you cannot affect from the outside? So, meaning you couldn't stop it if. So that's the kind of thing that I think we have to think about if we're gonna push for AI in every single thing. Like, now you go into any website and, oh, AI, here's my chat GPT assistant for you. I think, like, I believe, like, my website probably has a version of it that it was installed unknowingly. uh, it's a little bit absurd, I think. uh, but that's the reality we're dealing with now. That's that's probably, yeah, that's probably a meme. But, like, right now, that's what I'm saying about glitches on computers. That they happen all the time with everything. Like, if you use ChatGPT or any of those things, there's so many ways to make it glitch. So yeah, we have to be cautious and move at a pace that we can kind of mitigate any of those issues. Also, all the economic effects it has. Like, oh, I'm going to replace all my workers using the power of AI. And it's like, okay, dude, what are you going to do if something goes wrong? Are you going to call one of the people that you basically push out of your company? Aren't you something? So I don't know. I'm turning into a grumpy old man. I I think I am. Or maybe I've always been this grumpy old man. But now the time has come for the two to meet. Because before I was younger, but I still think the same way about those things. Not yet, but over the weekend I'll see if I can buy the copy, um, or find it somewhere. Maybe there's a copy here that I can get. As I said, I read part of the book, but it was like a sample. Oh, and what was the argument? Mm, yeah, the thing is, I don't want to bump you out, but my hesitation is, and I've heard others talk about this. The point at which that technology is right now is the worst that is ever going to be. So in theory, it has exponentially grown in that sort of thing. Yeah, uh, but here's the thing. Right now, as I'm pretty sure you can attest to this, it makes mistakes and makes a bunch of stuff up. It like, oh, do you, I don't know, who discovered America? Oh, it was this person called whoever, and it's like it makes a whole person up and all that stuff. Apparently, uh, I don't wanna uh, unease the powers that be and create. Exactly. So a bunch of made up made up facts. Like it happened to me. I was making a video about a place here in Buenos Aires, and I was looking up stuff about that place. So when I think it was for the description of the video or something. Like I asked, could you please make me like a short summary of these places? And part of what it came up with, it was a completely made up, completely. Like it just, yeah, this is here, and this other thing, like none of it exists. Completely untrue. So I was like, okay, thank you. So I had to go back. I could, like, I was still able to use like the structure of the things that the AI produce, sort of to save a little bit of time, but I also had to go in and check and basically what I'm talking about. Like, I wouldn't want, by any stretch of imagination, an AI even near a nuclear reactor or silos, that sort of thing. Like, that's really dangerous. Um, I don't know. Unless we figure out ways to make those things super safe, and you have like fail safe over fail safes, systems that kind of uh, protect each other. If we don't do that, I don't know, we're running into a deep without a map. And as I was saying, that Love, Death, and Robots, they have a bunch of episodes about post-apocalyptic things that could happen if technology messes up. Hi, how's it going? Weren't you the one that was writing before? I kind of identify that image. Let's see. Oh yeah, how's it going? So just FYI, I'm still streaming on Facebook and on Twitch with no sound. So just talking to the void. Yeah, just nonsense. Well, you can still see what I'm doing. Uh, the thing is, you cannot 100% trust it. Let's say you wanna get like write me an essay about this. First off, if you submit something like that, I think teachers now have like a bunch of things that they can verify the info with. I guess it also can react wrong. Yeah, but you cannot trust it. Like, exactly. You have to like you have to read through it and see that all the facts are accurate. So I don't know. It's useful to get a structure for a text quickly. That I'll give it. So if you want to make like drafts, so maybe that's a job that it's now it's getting easier to replace, like a junior copywriter. Could you make a draft for this idea I have? You can make 20 in I don't know, 10 minutes or something. Oh, that's terrible. That's the type of thing I'm mentioning. Like, that's basically AI failing to do what it's supposed to be doing. Uh, yeah, yeah. Like, if you're gonna do a draft for like for my videos on YouTube, every now and then I do like the script. And for the longest time, if you wanted to do one of those scripted videos, like, you would have to come up with the structure like I want to tackle this, this, and this. And you okay? I can say this way. I can say this that way. You you would have to write it down and refine it. Uh, and I also did that. Like I've been working in advertising for quite some time. So if you wanted to do commercial, you would have to come up with the idea. It can be a short idea, and then develop it. Now, like from a couple years, couple years, like I don't know when ChatGPT started to blow up, but now that like you can get like part of my job was creative ideation. So okay, I need five concepts for this brand uh, within these parameters, and you would have to do like the creative process. Like okay, maybe this could work, maybe this could work. Now you can just set the parameters. You still have to think about what you want to get from the AI, but you can get that like super quick. So in that regard, I think it's something that is definitely here, and we have to deal with. There's also a bunch of nonsense online now that everybody wants to replace everything with AI, and it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't, and it probably won't for a few years really, unless the only way I think it could be that even more people get replaced quickly is that if the models that we're seeing are not even remotely close to what they actually have been creating. Thank you, appreciate it. I try to do what I can, but actually technology ironically and unironically fails me. I just bump the contrast on that. Yeah, yeah, look at that. Yeah. Alright, there you go. Uh, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Something about the AI, the technology. Oh, that if they have been developing systems that are way more advanced. Like, you know what actually scares me? That actually freaks me out. But the thing is, what makes me feel that it is good. Well, even before DeepSeek came out, there was an upwards. I think I saw something like that. There's also the Facebook version. Uh, what was it? Llama, I think, is a yeah, yeah. That also too. Like this, junior artist that also probably would be something like if you like a hyper render, super realistic render. That's something that now AI can pump really quickly. So yeah, that's something that most likely they're gonna look to be replacing, and yeah, that's where it's like um, and technology should be helping uh, like with actual jobs that we don't want to be doing, instead of replacing the ones that people actually want to be doing, like music, art, and creative endeavors in general. And I don't know if it's a consequence of what I'm thinking is that maybe it's way easier to train any of these technologies to do this sort of thing rather than like Boston Dynamic stuff, like the robot jumping, and now they're, I don't know, that also is getting scary too. But it took them really long for them to get to this point, and they had to train and retrain and make different models and to try to replicate actual movement in in those technologies. Um, oh, but going back to what I was saying, what actually kind of freaks me out is that I don't know if you like one of the first things I started asking, and like, I don't know if it was ChatGPT or the one from Google, Bard, I think it was. Now it's Gemini. Uh, in Japan, a system designed to distinguish croissants from bear claws. Yeah, well, if what you're telling me it's like that, that's a great thing to be spending time on, like finding, like figuring out if there's cancer cells somewhere, and you can do something about it quickly. That's freaking awesome. You're saving lives by doing that. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that. But I've heard of people like putting all their data into one of the systems, and it brings up a bunch of info. Yeah. Uh, so they can detect a bunch of stuff that maybe the doctor couldn't, or at least point them in the right direction, type of thing. Which is, yeah, that's the type of thing that you want to be using technology for. But like, let's say in my case, I don't particularly want an AI drawing instead of me. Like, the thing is, art, you get something from it, and it also gives something to whoever experiences the art in many different ways. Now with this image creation thing, there is actually a copyright nightmare. Uh, I found a video about it. Well, I'll go. I'm gonna look into that. It's interesting. Yeah, sure. I might be able to check it out after. I think you keep the chat the chat log on this thing after the fact. Oh, the what I was saying is that one of the first things I asked one of the systems was if they were connected to a quantum computer, and it was telling me no, no. So far, I'm just running on regular computers. Quantum computer is still in testing phase, and I'm like, okay, that one, we should get worried when those two meet. But that might take a long time, or at least some time, because quantum computing needs, like, I think they have to make like a whole building, because I don't know, like the rotation of the earth can mess with it, so you need like a complete protected environment. Yeah, they've, don't doubt about that. They're looking at ways to make that happen, but yeah, there's a long way to go in regards to, like, you can talk a lot of, you know what, but in reality it takes time for those technologies to be developed. And I guess they're probably just throwing money at the problem right now, at least trying to. You also need really smart people to work on those things, because again, you have the AI, but you still need to verify. Let's say you wanted there. I heard uh, an interview with a dude that has been, like, way before ChatGPT. He's been working in mathematical systems to work out really complicated math problems, and but he, like, that's what his company have has been doing for years and years and years. And as far as I understood it, he was mentioning, like, it's a completely, like, what we have now with ChatGPT. It doesn't. It's not capable of doing what he's mentioning, because yeah, it's a really specialized tool that they use, and even then, they put the whatever problem they wanna fix through it, but after, you still have to verify all the calculations. Like, let's say you want to be in a spaceship. Would you want to be in a spaceship that everything was calculated by an AI that hasn't been tested before? I know I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't. Um, so whenever those things are, those big projects are going to be worked on, they verify all the data. You have to verify the data multiple times, and even then you can get human error. And I'm talking all this, and I'm terrible at math, or at least not that great. I'm decent with logic. That's what I think is it's my stronghold. Uh, but I'm not good with math. In my defense, I think there's a huge amount of gaps in my learning about math. So maybe that had to do with it. Well, now I have a hippo. Hippopotamus. 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 Yeah. Like I can only imagine. Would you imagine being like you're an explorer in Africa and you like going on a river? You don't know, like this is the first time people from where you come from has been there, and you're on a freaking boat, and one of these things just flips your boat. That must be horrifying. Like they attack boats. There's multiple videos of them like chasing down boats and attacking. They're super aggressive. So yeah. And another another fun fact about this creature. I if I can recall correctly, they sweat. Oh yeah, like yeah. There's also the I saw this video of a dude encountering a mockingbird. I was like, is there a mockingbird? Oh, is that a mockingbird? Is that a mockingbird? But yeah, that bad joke aside, there's a bunch of creatures like you want to freak yourself out. Look out. Look for crows speaking or yeah, repeating words. That's freaky. That would freak me out. Like at night, you just listen to a crow saying some weird stuff. They're creepy by nature. They're super smart. Like parrots, and they also consume meat. So and they have societies. They can hold grudges. Uh, they can coordinate attacks. So yeah, crows are freakish creatures. I think oftentimes nature is just trying to get you. It just has a balance that is keeping all the time. Like I think Alan did a great job surviving in Jumanji. I think it was Alan, right? The Robin Williams character. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hippopotamus. 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 Oh yeah, the chimps. Those were chimps, as far as I recall. Probably the life got cut off. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. No, it didn't end this. Maybe monkeys did too. Like I wouldn't be surprised. But chimps are they freak me out. I don't like chimps. They're I don't know. It's if you do a deep dive into what they're capable of doing and what they've done, yeah, I wouldn't want to encounter them. I've heard so many bad stories about chimps. Maybe I think it was bonobos. There's a version of chimps. They're super cool. Two monkey species. Long-tailed macaques in Thailand and capuchins. You have no idea, like capuchin monkeys, but just those things. Yeah, they're kind of like little chimps. Also like little jerks. Like the one in the movie A Night in the Museum. They're like that. Like I've seen them in zoos before, and depending on the place where you're at, they sometimes they have them like free, and they're really scary. Uh, I might be in tomorrow. If I'm not going to stream, I'll set up. I'll put in a post, uh, so you all know that I'm not going to stream, or if I'm going to stream, I'll set the stream up. But yeah, thank you for watching. I actually already went above the hour mark. I appreciate you hanging out and watching my stream. Uh, yeah, I might cut the stream. Yeah. Likewise, I guess uh, if everything goes well, I might stream tomorrow. If not, I'll see you all on Monday. Feel free to ask questions or um, just hang out if you want to hang out. Just draw with me while I do one of these things. Uh, yeah, thank you all for uh, checking out my live stream. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing, hitting that bell, and all that good stuff. Um, yeah, I'll post, I guess, both drawings tomorrow. Um, thank you all for watching. Let me see if I can find my music. So in the end, it didn't matter that I didn't set up my music because there was no music at all, no sound at all on those streams. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Let me put my music for my exit. Until next time, bye. Bye.